This gives a length of a string. Finally, we need to close the parenthesis. Then at the output after execution of this code, we will be resulting with a 4. We will be getting the output in both the manner for uppercase first, next one the lowercase format of sequence will be displayed. As we need to compare, we can't go with a single string. So we are defining multiple strings here. That is string S1 is JAVA, again string S2 is JAVA. Hello everyone, I welcome you all to this session, and this session is all about object-oriented programming with Java. Yes, we have stepped into Unit 2 and we have successfully completed 2 of the sessions before this session. And in today's session, we will be discussing regarding strings in Java. Over here, my name is Deepa Kutnikar. I am working as an assistant professor on the Department of Computer Science, Vidhyaashram, Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. Let's see what's the thing that we have discussed in our previous session. Yes, in our previous session, we did discuss regarding arrays, and with respect to that array, we also discussed the one-dimensional array, then two-dimensional array, and also there is something called as array of objects. So what is this array of objects and all those with respect to arrays? If you want to understand, then go back and check the session 2 video. So this was the recap of session 2. And in today's session, we will be discussing regarding strings in Java. Also, we will discuss the string handling functions that we use in Java, which is very helpful in order to write your programs. This is the agenda of today's session. All right, let's move forward and understand what is a string. String is all about an object that holds a sequence of characters. And we can say that strings are immutable in the sense once you have defined the string, then you can't change that. Thus, it is called as immutable. So, strings also uses index values, and that index value starts from a 0. String uses equal of keyword, and it is being utilized for the content comparison, but we can't say that the values will be compared here. Instead of that, the references will be compared once we use a equal symbol. So this is all about a string. String is an object, or we can call it as an instance of object which holds a sequence of characters, and the strings are immutable. It means like the elements of the string once defined, it can't be changed. Then string uses index numbers, and the number starts from a 0. The index value, it starts from 0. The string uses the equal keyword for content comparisons, and it uses equal, that is double equal, for comparing the references, not the content. So this is very important. The content will not be compared, only the references will be compared with each other. So let's see the features of strings. Yes, we do know strings will be using an equal function. Then we can use a replace function as well, followed by concat. Yes, we can use this concat function in order to combine both of the strings. Then the string can be empty, and yes, strings is used to compare. Then the strings will be having an index value. So it will end with the index value 2. So these are the few features of strings in Java. Let's move forward with string handling functions. The functions, yes, absolutely, we need functions to do operations with respect to string, like if you want to edit it, if you want to check the length of the elements that is present inside the string, or if I want to change that characters into uppercase, lowercase. Yes, all these things are easily possible. It's not that again and again we have to create string, but just by utilizing these functions, we can easily do all these operations. Now let's see what are the different functions that are available to do the operations with respect to the string, starting with a length of function. So this is an initial function, and it is used to represent the number of characters in a string. Yes, the length of a character can be written by using this length of function. Let's say an example here. We have defined a class length of example. Great. Here we are defining a main method with a string argument. Now we have to define that string, correct? So we are utilizing string S followed by what is the character that I am defining. Yes, this is my string assignment. So I am assigning a Java. So as you can see, it is been assigned with double quotes. Great, right? Okay, now let's see. We have to print the number of elements which is present here. It has to count and it has to return that value, correct? So for that, we will write a print statement finally. So it is system.out.println followed by s.length of. So this gives a length of a string. Finally, we need to close the parenthesis. Then at the output after execution of this code, we will be resulting with a 4. So how is it 4? Because of these 4 characters, that is JAVA. And it is a sequence of character. We got the length of that sequence. So this is a smallest example with respect to length of function. Let's move forward and understand the second function. Yes, the second function is all about two uppercase to lowercase. So these functions are used to convert the letters or the characters to upper or lower cases accordingly. Yes, let's see an example for this. We have defined a class example and we are defining a main method with a string argument followed by the string. Again, we have considered the same example or the same set of character JAVA, which is a sequence of a string. Then followed by what is the output it has to print? It should convert these letters to uppercase of. So this is the keyword what we are utilizing. Finally, before printing, we can also include one more statement in the same program to convert the sequence of strings to lowercase too. So let's do that. System.out.println of s dot to lowercase. Yes, we will be getting the output in both the manner for uppercase first. Next one, the lowercase format of sequence will be displayed. Okay, once we are done with this, we have to close the parenthesis. So this is an example program. Now, after the execution of this program, the output is none other than JAVA. Okay, then the lowercase letters JAVA. So this is a function to uppercase to lowercase. All right, now let's ahead and understand the next type of function. The next type of function is char at of. So this is used to return a character at the given index. So now let's see this. How is it possible through an example? So we have considered class of char at example and we are starting with a main method, that is public static void main of string argument. Now we are defining a sequence of string, that is string s followed by the sequence which is quoted in double quotes. All right, now let's see what we have to print, that is system.output.println followed by s char at 1. So what does it mean? It means like it should only display the first character or a character with a index of 1. Great, right? So yes, we are done with the program. So let's close the parenthesis and at the output, what is the letter that is displayed? So let's index this string 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thus we should get a letter A. Yes, let's see after execution the output is resulting A. Yes, so that's true. So this is a function and the function is char at. The next type of function is equals of. So yes, as we know, equal is a type of comparison operator, and now with respect to this, the equal is used to compare the contents of two strings. Let's say an example for this. Okay, class equal followed by example, and we are starting a main method, that is public static void main of string argument. Yes, as we need to compare, we can't go with a single string. So we are defining multiple strings here, that is string S1 is JAVA, again string S2 is JAVA, and finally we have to print output, correct? So for that, let's write a print statement. It is none other than system.out.println followed by the equal. So how should we include? That is S1 dot equal of S2. Here it is used to compare the characters of S1 and S2. Yes, we are done with this writing print statement. Let's close the parenthesis, and after execution, the output, what do we get? As it is a comparative operation, we will get either a true or false. Yes, as we know, let's compare JAVA. JAVA is both are same, that is string 1 and string 2. So what is the output we should get? A true one. So after the execution, yes, absolutely, we are getting a true as a answer. Great. So this is all about equals. The next type of function is compare to. So as the name itself says, it is used to compare the two strings. So let's understand this with an example. We have started with defining a class compare example, and we have defined a main method, that is public static void main followed by string of argument, and as we need to compare, we need two of the strings. So let's see, string 1 is been defined with JVA and string 2 is defined by Python. Okay, now we have to print the compare option, correct? So for that, we are going with system.out.println followed by s1.compare2 of s2. This is utilized to compare the strings. Thus, we can see that these two strings are compared lexicographically. So we don't directly say that the string is true or false, or the operation, that is a compare operation, is true or false, because for that we have one more keyword or a function that we have just discussed. So the function is nothing but equal function, correct? But here with respect to compare to, here the strings are compared lexicographically. So the output after execution, what we get is, it says that a negative value. This is the difference between the compare to as well as equal of functions. Let's move forward and understand the next type of function, that is concat. Yes, absolutely, as we know, this concatenation is used to join the strings. Alright, let's see this through an example. So let's start with a class followed by concat of example, and we are defining a main method, that is public stat void main followed by string argument. And the next thing what we have to do, we have to define the strings. So we have considered the string 1 as hello followed by string 2 as Java. Now the print statement, what we have to write is system.out.println followed by s1.concat of s2. So this is a concat function which is used to combine the strings, right? Let's close the parenthesis, and after execution of this code, obviously the output, what do we get? It is a combination of these two strings, that is hello Java. So this is with respect to concat function. Next type of function is a substring. This function is used to extract a part of a string, like say, for example, if we have a sequence of 9 elements, and out of those 9 elements we have to just get a 4 letters out. So in order to do that, we can utilize this substring function. Alright, let's understand this through an example. Let's start with our class declaration, that is class of substring example. And what's the next thing? Yes, it's none other than our main method. So we have to write public static void main followed by string argument. Now, what is the string that we are considering? It is string as computer. Now, in order to move forward and print the substring function, let's use a print. So it is like system.out.println followed by s.substring of, we have to write the index values. That comes a extraction of substring. Then let's close the parenthesis, and after execution of this code, the output, what we get is, it should follow 0 to 4. Now the 0 to 4 is the letter 0, 1, 2, 3, 0 to 4, in the sense, what does it include? 0 to 3 values or the elements. So at the output, as we can see, we have COMP. So this is how we can extract a part of string and consider it as a substring. Alright, the next type of function is none other than index of. So this index of is used to return an index of a character or a string. Let's say an example for the same. Here we have defined a class with index example, followed by we are again writing a main method, that is public static void main of string argument, and the string what we are considering is string s of Java. Then followed by, with respect to print statement, we are including index of, correct? So let's write a print statement, that is system.out.println followed by s.index of. Here within the index of, we have to write the character whose index has to be printed. So let's say we need a index value of character v. Thus, let's complete the program by adding parentheses, and after execution of this program, the output of what we will be adding with is a 2. Yes, correct, right? 1, 2 and 0, 1, 2, and the v's index is none other than 2. So it's a right one. Let's move forward, and the next type of function is a replace of function. So this function is used to replace either a character or a substring. It depends on our requirement. Let's see an example for the same. So let's start with a class declaration, that is replace example, followed by declaring main method, which comes as public stat void main of string argument. Up next, let's define a string s as Java. The main changes what we have to make here in a print statement. So let's declare a print statement. Yes, let's start system.out.println followed by s.replace of. So which letter has to be replaced? It has to be written first. So the letter A has to be replaced by which letter? Yes, it has to be replaced by O. So here this statement says the letter A in the string has to be replaced by a letter O. Correct, right? It's so simple. So this is what we are defining. Thus, let's complete the program. Yes, let's close the parenthesis. And after execution of this code, the output what we should get? Yes, the A is replaced with O. Let's see the output. J-O-V-O. Yeah, correct. So that's what the output we had requested, and after execution, that's the same thing what we have got. So this was all about today's session. Thank you.